Hi everyone, it's time for our letter of the week. And this week's letter is the letter that makes the sound D. Can you say that sound? D, D, D. When you put your hand in front of your mouth and you're saying that sound, tell me what happens. D, D, D. If you feel a little bit of warmness, kind of a little bit of your breath on your hand, then you are doing it the right way. And the letter that makes that sound is this letter. And this letter is the letter, you got it, the letter D. And this is the uppercase D. And if I turn it around, this is the lowercase d. So uppercase D, lowercase d. They look very different, don't they? Okay, so today we're going to write our letters a little bit different. I've been showing you how to write them in the air. We did some with plasticine. Another thing that you can do at home, and I bet you some of you have one of these, is a whiteboard. So you could practice writing your letters on a whiteboard, which is what I'm going to do today. So here's the letter D, so let's look at it, okay? We're gonna start at the top. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go back up. We're gonna go around and stop. Let's try that again. We're gonna start at the top. We're gonna go down, back up, go around and stop. Now let's try it on our whiteboard. Are you ready? Okay, if you have a whiteboard, you can go get one and do it with me. If not, you can make them in the air like we have done before. Okay, are you ready? So you start at the top. You're going to go down, back up. You're going to go around and stop. There you go. I'm going to try another one because I'm not sure if you can actually see this one. I'm going to try doing one pressing harder here. There, can you see those? I'm going to try another color too. Let's see if maybe the red shows up a little bit better. So I'm going to come this way. So there's our uppercase D's. And I'm going to try one at the bottom. So I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go back up. And then I'm going to go around and stop. And that is our uppercase D, which makes the sound D, D, D. Excellent. Okay. Sorry, there's a little bit of a glare there. I'm going to try and move so that doesn't happen. All right. Now let's see if we can try the lowercase d. Now the lowercase d looks kind of like a letter we've done before. Okay? You're right. Kind of a little bit like an A. Okay? So we start, but it has a longer stick. And it's the same as a B, but it's going the other way. And that often gets people a little mixed up. So we start at the top. We're going to go down. We're going to go up part way, around, and stop. Let's try it again. Start at the top, go down, go back up, but only part way, around, and stop. Let's try it on our whiteboard. So, as I said, if you have a whiteboard or paper, you can do it with me, or you can write it in the air. So, we're going to start at the top. We're going to go down. We're going to go back up part way. And around and stop. And let's try it again. We're going to go start at the top. Go. Oh, that one's a little wiggly. It's hard to do it on the whiteboard when I'm holding it up. Okay, so down. Back up a little bit. Part way. Around and stop. And there you have your lowercase d's. All right. I have a book that I want to read to you today. I haven't been reading these books, but these books are actually the alphabet books, and the same books are in our alphabet library if you click on the alphabet on our homepage. So after I read this, you might want to go back and listen to the story yourself. So this one is all about the letter D. And it says, Detective Dog and the Disappearing Donuts. That's a lot of words that start with D. Detective Dog and the Disappearing Donuts. Let's see what happens. Okay, so here we are. We're at Dave's Diner. Detective Dog went to Dave's Diner every day for dinner. Wow, there's a lot of words that start with D on that page. Dave, dinner, diner, detective. Keep listening for words that make the sound D, D. And as I'm reading at home, maybe you could put a thumbs up every time you hear a word that starts with the letter D. Oh dear, Dave cried. The donuts have disappeared. Doggone it, said Detective Dog. I have some detecting to do. Suddenly, Detective Dog noticed something near the door. Powdered sugar. That's a little sugar that we put on top of donuts. If I follow this trail of donut dust, I bet I'll find the thief, she said. I wonder who the thief is. Who took the donuts? Okay. Detective Dog followed the trail of donut dust downtown. He's going downtown. She followed it past Drake's drugstore and the department store. Department, drugstore, Drake, all start with the letter D. Oh, this book is very sticky. The last trail led right into Debbie's Deli. The donut napper must be in there, said Detective Dog. Detective Dog turned the doorknob. She stepped inside the deli. It was completely dark. All you can see is her eyeballs in the dark. And dark starts with D. Suddenly the light flashed on. Surprise! Yelled Detective Dog's friends. Hot diggity dog, said the detective. It's a birthday party. Who do you think the birthday party's for? If we look at the top, there's a banner. And it says, Happy Birthday, Detective Dog. I think they tricked her. I think they tricked her into being a detective so that she could find her party and be surprised. Dave told Detective Dog that he only pretended the donuts had disappeared. There we go. Dave made the trail of donut dust to lead the detective to the party. There we are. And these are the kind of donuts I was talking about. Those white powdery donuts, that's the donut dust. Detective Dog was delighted with the party. There were dazzling decorations and dandy gifts, and best of all, there were dozens and dozens of delicious donuts. Now, at the end of these books, every single one of these alphabet books, there's a page like this, and it says, how many things can you find that begin with the letter D? So you actually have to go on a little bit of a hunt to see what you find that starts with the letter D. And I wonder if you're looking at my page now at home, if you can see a few things that start with D in the picture. Look really, really closely. I'm going to show you a couple, but maybe after you can go back, click on the alphabet, go into the alphabet room, and have this book read to you. So I'm looking here, and I see dog. There's lots of dogs, but dog starts with D. Let me see, up here, what the whole story was about. If you look right up there, you can see all of the donuts, and donuts start with D. What else starts with D? What can you find that starts with the letter D? Go around your house, do a little treasure hunt, and let me see what you can find that starts with the letter D. I challenge you to find 5 things that start with D. Good hunting.